What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to another episode of Retro Night. And sorry about the throat and my voice and all that because I'm a little sick, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, guys, we are playing Kileak, the DNA Imperative. That's what it says. Anyways, I just called it Kileak back in the day. I didn't even call it the rest of the shit. Pretty much, it's a first-person game in the sense of Doom and in the sense of Wolfenstein, but instead of just being a dude, you're actually inside a robot, and you can go around collecting shields to power up your shields, and you also have to find batteries to keep your power up, because pretty much I think back in the day when I played it, if you ran out of batteries power, you moved really slowly, and I don't think you could use your weapons and all that shit, so that kind of sucks. But this is a really fantastic game. It's actually like one of the first PlayStation games ever made, because if you can get a copy of it, it will come in the long box, not in the CD jewel cases. It'll come in one of those long boxes. So yeah, it was like one of the first ones. We got the copyright here for 1995, and that's about right, because PlayStation came out in 95, so yeah, this is one of the first PlayStation games. But it's a really good PlayStation game, no matter what. Let me give you the story here from the back of the box, because this game really doesn't give you that much story. You just know you're inside a robot, and all that happens is like random cutscenes and stuff like that sometimes. The cutscenes look fantastic for it being a first time PlayStation game. They look fantastic. CGI cutscenes. I mean, 10 times better than like what you would see like later on. And later on, the cutscenes got shittier. These ones were fantastic. Okay, so here's the story. Deep beneath the South Pole permafrost, a crazed scientist has unearthed an ancient DNA code dormant for over, was that 2 billion years? Yeah. Is this the discovery of the ultimate evolution? Or does he now hold the damnation of mankind in his grasp? Only you can stop him. So pretty much, I guess this guy found some kind of dormant DNA in the near future. Let's see what the quotes and shit are on the back of the box. A real-time shooter where minutes are too long, hours not enough, and future tense. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Amazing first-person view. You are a one-man assault squad. That made tons of sense. An arsenal of weapons, ammunition, and armor. Have you been doing your push-ups? Yeah. So pretty much as you go on, you unlock different weapons. I know there's like a machine gun, a rocket launcher. Pretty much right when you start, you're just using like this weird like pistol type gun that looks like you're shooting rockets, but it's actually a pistol gun. And then of course you can upgrade the suit that you're in and all that stuff. So yeah, robot assassins with even more advanced AI than the military's most powerful computers. Yeah, so some of the enemies you'll encounter are like other robots like you and stuff like that too. But most of the time they're just, you know, stupid little small enemies. But then you'll eventually find some enemies in the game that actually shoot back and shit like that. So you're like, oh shit, I got to sit here and dodge, and you got to use the strafe buttons on the L1, R1, L2, and R2. They help you strafe, and pretty much you guys sit there and dodge all the bullets and shit like that. So for me though, I was like, alright, I know I can find the shields, because shields are easier to find than batteries. Or with batteries also you can just find a charging station, but that's also hard to find too. But with shields, you'll find shields more commonly than finding batteries and shit like that. So health is easy to get back. It's always the batteries that you're more concerned about. And last on the box is secret rooms and strategy-oriented challenge where seconds count. Alright, whatever. Alright, this is like a first PlayStation game, so some of the shit on the back of the box is weird. Yeah, it's a fantastic first-person shooter game. I like instantly fell in love with it when we got it. I think we got it with the PlayStation. And yeah, I was just always like playing it at first, and I kept dying and dying, you know, like on the first couple parts, because I didn't know what I was doing. But once I got used to it, I started remembering where all the enemies were, catching on to how the robot handles and all that stuff. And after a while, I just got used to it to where I could start knocking out levels like in 30 minutes and getting farther and farther down into the game. And I got pretty far back in the day when I was a kid. But now, I don't even want to attempt it. I was just glad enough that I beat the first level, so, or at least got to the next level that I had to go to. But yeah, you know, I'll keep going forward, not on the YouTube channel, but in my own spare time, and keep going forward with the game. Pretty much this is just gonna be, you know, a retro night, and that's it. I wish I would do a full play in it, but the game does get kind of boring, because unlike Doom, where there's always enemies around, this one there's not always enemies around, and it's usually just like 1 to 3 enemies maybe. And a lot of times it's just me backtracking from different areas, so it gets kind of boring. And I didn't want to subject you guys to being bored all the time by watching me play this. So if you guys want me to, just comment in the comments on this video, and I'll check them out. And if I get enough comments to where I deem it worthy enough to do a full play in this, I'll do a full play in it. I'll do the Retro Nerd Plays episodes for them. So, but yeah, it's a fairly cheap game as well. I paid $5 for my copy at Fallout Games. I'm assuming if you go to anywhere like Zia Records or any other store that sells like retro games, you're probably looking at the same price. eBay maybe $10 the most. But eBay would probably be the best way to make sure you actually get a copy compared to like the stores like Zia and Fallout Games and stuff like that, because you know someone might came in and got their last copy or something like that. So, and those guys are all based on whatever they get traded in is what they have in stock, unlike eBay where it's whatever they post is what they have on eBay, and there's always tons of people posting on eBay, so more than likely you'll find a copy. But yeah, so $10 on eBay, $5 probably anywhere else. It's a fairly cheap game. You know, not a lot of people like the game, but personally, me, I like it. It's tons of fun, especially if you like Doom and Wolfenstein. You're gonna like this game. Anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of Retro Night, and we were playing Kileak, the DNA Imperative? I don't know. Fucking you try to read that. Anyways, guys, I'm the Retro Nerd, and Retro Nerd out.
Key card secured. Repair parts secured. Repair parts secured. Record card secured. Lock off. Energy charge. Repair parts secured. Key card secured.